This is a good one. I was talking to myself and God, and this came up. You think that maybe sometimes you can be hyper chosen or hyper gifted, or you can, it's like this hyper activity in the realm of like having spiritual and physical gifts, and or being chosen, or sorry to say it, even being picked. Do you think that this hyperness in those areas you have still because when you were a child, you started noticing your gifts, or you started noticing something special about you, or you started noticing like God started opening your eyes as a child, and then as you got older, you tried to share those gifts with, as you got a little older as a kid, so you tried to share those gifts with the world and even try to find understanding and meaning, but you weren't given the attention nor credit you felt like you deserved. And so in that, throughout that part of your life, you at some point closed yourself off to yourself because of you of others. So basically you dimmed your light so others' light can be brighter, not realizing that their light will never be as bright as yours in that field, especially because they have their own light, and you dimming your light down for somebody else is ridiculous. This is just a wonder. Do you ever feel like when we were kids, we started noticing things about ourselves, but maybe our parents and certain friends and certain household dynamics, they weren't, how am I going to say this? They were just not the best place for us as a seed. And maybe it was just that, just merely God had us there. We were the seeds. And then we started sprouting, but we were in our own pots. We weren't potted in the ground. We were going to be moved eventually or repotted. So I don't know. That was just a thought, and I was like, that was really good. I was thinking that to myself because I just think about like certain things with my childhood and how different I am from when I was a kid. And I'm not blaming nobody, but I noticed I shut down. I got afraid. I guess maybe I even got afraid of like not being enough or people laughing. So throughout school and high school, I didn't perform the best way I could because I didn't believe myself. And so even if I did or didn't believe myself, I got numb and was like, fuck it. I started smoking weed. And I'm not saying weed is the reason why. No, I'm not saying. But I am saying that I was working and smoking weed, going from job to job, even as a teenager. And maybe not realizing that what I'm looking for is right here. It's in my face. It's inside of me. And so I, have been on this road, this cycle, this roller coaster, because it's one roller coaster, it's one ride. We're not getting off, getting on the next, and we're not moving. Look at this white dove. Can y'all see that? That's an all white one. Hold on. Y'all see that? Whoa. Confirmation. I'm going to edit this video. So, for who this is for, I'm not going to get on here and tell you what to do or not do. I just wanted to shed light for those who need to discover parts of themselves or trying to find parts of themselves that were lost, that they tucked away, that, that was taken. When they say this is you versus you, it's probably like a situation where it's like 95 or 99% of what somebody does to you, or no, a 99 or 95% of how you react, and like 1 or 5% of what somebody does to you. And that's crazy. Like, oh, if somebody shot me, yeah, that's crazy. How you gonna move forward? That's crazy. So I hope I'm manifesting that this reaches people who need to find identities that they locked away in a box. They need to go find the dreams that they wrote down and put away and buried in their closet. You feel me? Y'all have a blessed day.